Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope everybody is staying safe and busy and productive. I've been struggling a little bit on that, but I'm really going to start putting back in the effort that I was applying before to make myself happy and feel good still. But let's get into the video. Today's video is going to be all about how I got rid of my hormonal acne. In this video, I'll be putting pictures throughout and you guys can see just how bad it really did get. I struggled really badly with it and I feel as if I did try almost everything. And so I will be talking about how I overcame it, my struggles with it, my trial and errors, all about that. And I hope that this video will be able to help at least that one person out there who maybe needed to see it, who needed someone to relate to them, to give them advice on skincare, whoever it is. I hope that this can help you. But I do need to make a disclaimer that I still do struggle with acne and breakouts every now and then. You know, my skin is not, of course, perfect, but I do think, in my opinion, that it has come a very, very long way. And I do also want to make the disclaimer that I am not a doctor. Everything that I am talking about is all from my own personal experience, my own trial and errors, and what works for me may not work for you. So just keep that in mind. And let's start with my skin history. So growing up, I would hear people in my family, you know, complaining about their skin or struggling with it, and I never really related to that. In high school, I would say average breakouts, if that makes sense. You know, around my period, I would maybe get a few zits, but I never had anything that would actually raise my attention to be like, oh my gosh, my skin's breaking out. It was just kind of normal to me. It wasn't a big deal. I also didn't really have a skincare routine. I would just use whatever face wash I could find. I don't even think I would moisturize, and I'm pretty sure all I did to take off my makeup at night was use like a baby wipe. Like not even a makeup wipe, but like just a baby wipe. And so I really did not have a skincare routine, and my skin wasn't really an issue, but it wasn't, of course, perfect. Then in my senior year, I actually started getting really into skincare just because it was kind of fun, and you know, I liked doing it and researching, and I noticed a big difference in my skin. What I was doing then was just, I think, face wash, moisturizer, making sure to thoroughly take off my makeup, and then I started using Sea Breeze, which you'll hear me talk about how much I love that. And that was when my skin started to get really, really good, and I went to Spain and my skin was absolutely perfect, you guys. Like, not to brag or whatever, but it was perfect. I was in the sun all the time, so I was so tan. I had no scars. How the hell did my dog just get in here? All the doors are shut. The door just slid open. How smart are you? That door is a sliding door and it just slid open and she comes walking in. Did you miss me? That's so weird. Well, I guess honey will be joining me on my lap. So in Spain, my skin was absolutely thriving. Any scars that I did have, which were very minimal from my high school breakouts, were absolutely faded because of the tan that I had, and my skin was all a completely even tone. It was beautiful. I loved it, and all I was doing, I'm pretty sure, was using, I don't even know what face wash, and Sea Breeze. And I wasn't using sunscreen either, but my skin was thriving. Then I came home from Spain and I was going to be home for 2 months to get my Spanish visa. And this is when all hell broke loose on my skin, you guys. It was terrible. I literally remember landing at like 10 p.m. or something and my dad picking me up, and I like had 5 huge zits all of a sudden. And I was like, what is going on? And I thought it was just from travel. But it got worse and worse and worse. I did not know what to do. Overnight, inflamed red chronic acne, and it wasn't even like whiteheads that you could pop. This is kind of gross, I know, but I'll be putting pictures up. And when one would go away, it would leave a scar. My skin has always scarred very easily. I suffer really badly from hyperpigmentation. So after about a week or two, I realized that this was not just a normal breakout and that this acne was now a part of my life pretty much, and I was going to do anything I could to heal it naturally, because to me, my body making that big of a drastic change was obviously my body trying to tell me something. My hormones were out of whack, something in my diet was different, something was wrong, and my body was trying to let me know. And so I wanted to solve it in the most holistic and natural way, because at this time I was a really big like natural holistic freak. I wouldn't even take ibuprofen. I did not want to go on medication. That was my thing. So I was looking for any type of face wash I could use, any type of diet I could try, whatever. So I tried cutting out dairy, because I've heard that dairy is really bad for your diet, and a lot of people do actually find when they cut out dairy that their skin gets way better. For me, didn't make a difference. I tried avoiding all foods that caused any inflammation, and that didn't work. I tried salicylic acid face wash, benzoyl peroxide face wash, like all these different face masks that everyone was talking about, zit creams. I tried practically everything. I remember going to Walmart one night and just sitting there in the skincare aisle, and I was like all alone, and I just started crying because I was like, tried that, spent this much, that much, and none of it was working, and I was wasting all this money on skincare, and my skin was just getting worse and worse. And it got to a point where I got really depressed because of it. I, was home from Spain, and I only had 2 months before I was supposed to go back, and I didn't want to see anyone, and I didn't even want to leave the house. I felt as if I was walking around with a Halloween mask on 24/7, and no one could really see like the real me. I just felt ugly. And acne is really hard because it's on your face. It's the point that people are looking at, and you can't cover it, you can't hide it. It's there. Even when you wear makeup, the texture and the bumps are still there, and you just feel ugly, and it feels so out of control. And if you were someone who was struggling with that or has dealt with that, I know how you feel or felt. My skincare routine at that time was so like extra and extreme, yet I felt whenever people would look at me, they were probably just like, oh, she needs to wash her face and eat less greasy food. And so it finally got so bad that I decided, you know what, screw it, I'm desperate for anything that will get rid of it. Let's go see a dermatologist. I had never been on medication before, and so I was really scared, but I went to a dermatologist that my sister went to and that she trusted. So I went there, and he did say it wasn't anything to do with my diet or anything like that. It was just my hormones are out of whack. So he prescribed me minocycline. I'm not sure about the dosage of it, but minocycline is an antibiotic used to treat various infections, one of them being acne. I had done the research on it once he prescribed it to me, and I was really scared to start taking it because some people complained that they had really bad migraines or a bunch of different issues, or some people would take it and then their skin would be so great, and then after they stopped taking it, it would be 10 times worse, their skin would be. And so I was really scared, but I started taking it in addition with spironolactone, which he also prescribed me. And spironolactone is a pill that lowers the male hormones in women, so it's really great for women who do struggle with acne. I really ended up loving this pill. I've had 2 dermatologists recommend it to me, and it's good for long term. And then he prescribed me this tretinoin cream on the 0.05 percentage. So I started taking all of those, and my skin got a lot worse before it got any better. So with this cream, you have to be very, very careful to build it up slowly. You don't want to take like a quarter size amount and just pound it on, and that's what I was doing. I was like, I'm gonna cure my acne in 2 days, damn it. And so I was applying this nonstop, and I was putting it on like spot treatment, which you are not supposed to do. He had told me to use a pea-sized amount and mix it in with my moisturizer, and my skin would still be very, very raw. But I didn't listen. And so I just started applying it, and then in addition with the antibiotic, which has a bit of a purging period, my skin was so raw, sensitive, inflamed, and red, you guys. I would touch it and it would hurt. I wasn't wearing makeup normally at all this whole time because I wasn't leaving the house. And at one point I did try and wear makeup, and it was peeling and it was stinging as I was putting it on. Any face wash would hurt my face. My face was just raw and sensitive, because this cream is basically a chemical peel. So I finally started to use the right amount, the right dosage, and there was still a bit of a purging period, but it wasn't as bad as it had been. During that time, I was using the Cetaphil Gentle Daily Facial Cleanser, and I had to use the gentle one because it was almost like a milky consistency. It wouldn't get bubbly on your face. It didn't hurt my face when I would use it. Any other one would sting it, but the gentle one was really good, and it was just very soothing on my skin. So I would use that morning and night, and then I would use this Cetaphil Daily Facial Moisturizer, and this one has an SPF, which is really good for when you are using that tretinoin cream because your skin is so sensitive. What's really great about Cetaphil products are they are I can't say this word. They are non-comedogenic, however you say it. Basically means it won't clog your pores and cause more acne. And non-irritating, fragrance free, which was really important with that cream that I was using because I didn't want anything to irritate my skin. I was eating whatever I pretty much wanted at the time, making sure my pillow sheets were clean, sticking to my skincare routine, sticking to my medications, and I saw a big difference in my skin finally. So after I was finally able to get the acne under control, I was left with a lot of the scars, and so my main focus then was all about healing those and making those fade as much as possible, which I was able to do with the cream. And in addition, just getting sunshine I think really helped. Of course, I wasn't going out and frying my skin. Getting a nice little tan every now and then really did help to fade the spots, and I also noticed that it was pretty good at helping prevent any acne, and that still holds true to me on this day. I then slowly started to wean off all of the medications, and I didn't notice any of the acne coming back, and that stayed true for about a year until I started going and getting facials like at Face House, and I started using like really expensive like skin products like Chanel and all this stuff. I was using a lot of Chanel skincare, and I started to notice I was getting more hormonal zits as if I was in high school again, and I also had a lot of red and irritation and dryness. And so I went to a dermatologist in Beverly Hills, and she told me, cut it out with the facials, cut it out with the stupid bougie fragrant whatever skincare, you don't need that. And so she put me on her skincare routine, which was a facial cleanser, a water-based sunscreen. She gave me a topical antibiotic to put onto my skin, which was really good at helping get rid of the deeper zits that I was getting. And then for scarring, she put me on this Hydrosal Fade formula, and this would cause very, very light peeling to where I wouldn't even notice. Really recommend this. She told me before that the cream and the antibiotic that my doctor had me on before was way too strong and not good long-term, so I needed to find something more long-term to cure my acne. So she gave me that skincare routine, and then she put me on spironolactone once again because she said that was good for long term, and amoxicillin 500 mg. And I stuck to this skincare routine for quite a while, and I'm no longer on it, and I'm doing fine. I do want to get another prescription for spironolactone and the topical antibiotic, but my skin's been doing pretty good. I do realize I get some more kind of breakouts or texture if I do too many face masks, or if I go in with this stupid expensive stuff that I wasted money on, or if I'm not washing my pillowcases enough. So what I would personally recommend to anyone who is struggling with acne is, number one, I know that this might be hard for some people, but to try and see a dermatologist. They will be able to read your skin better than anyone, and they will know maybe if you do need medication, a diet change, if you're using the wrong products. They'll know better than anyone. I do understand for some people that this isn't really a choice, but if you can, please do it, because sometimes you really do need the antibiotics or the skincare or the medication that the doctor recommends. But I do understand not everyone can do that, but if you can, please do. I also recommend all Cetaphil products. Cetaphil is really great because it's non-comedogenic. I know I'm saying that wrong. It's very gentle. When you have such chronic acne to where it hurts to touch, you really don't want to become a chemist on your face, you know? You really need gentle, soothing things that will still clean your skin. So as I was saying though, I do highly recommend the brand Cetaphil for anyone with mild to severe acne, because it does offer a wide variety of severities of facial washes, moisturizers, whatever. It's very gentle, non-irritable, and it's non-comedogenic, whatever, I can't say the word. And so I do highly recommend it. I know a lot of people who have struggled with acne, and they almost all use Cetaphil products on their day-to-day life. Next thing is to skip out on the facials and the expensive stuff. So I personally recommend skipping out on the facials because it's just a big waste of money, and it honestly I don't think does anything. I have gotten things such as chemical peels from my dermatologist, but I think that's different going to a doctor and getting a peel rather than going to a spa, paying a couple $100 just for them to massage your face practically, because in my experience sometimes it leads to more breakouts. However, there are some people though who might really like the facials as they're very relaxing and you feel pampered, and it could maybe benefit some people's skin, but I think if you are acne prone, maybe not, so you can skip out on the facials in my opinion. I also think that there is no need for you to be dropping hundreds on skincare. I was guilty of buying all the Chanel products, all the bougie skincare, spending an insane amount of money on it, and ended up just breaking me out more because my skin is acne prone. There are some really great brands that are of course bougie or high-end that do offer great skincare, such as like Fresh or Origin, stuff like that. I still do use this La Mer moisturizing cream. This is really expensive, but I personally do like it, and so this is one of the few bougie, fragrant, whatever things that my skin can handle. My next tip would be to wash your sheets, your pillowcases, and disinfect your phone and clean it, because your phone carries so many germs and so much oil, makeup. You put it everywhere, it carries all of it, and when you talk on it, you're putting that straight into your skin, which can be causing breakouts right here. Same with your pillows. You're laying on your pillows for around 8 hours a night, and if they're dirty, they're gonna be clogging your pores. And I've noticed when I don't clean my pillowcases, I do break out right here. It might seem pretty obvious, but just a little tip. My next tip would be your diet. This doesn't always play true to me because, like I said, I cut out dairy and had an anti-inflammatory diet, and I still had chronic acne. But I do know some people who, when they eat dairy, they get texture on their forehead, or when they eat oily food, they break out around their mouth. Or for me, example, if I have too much alcohol, I get acne right between my eyebrows. It's really weird. And so you may be the type of person who shouldn't be having dairy or shouldn't be eating oily foods. It all depends, which leads me to my next tip, which is to read your face. I know that sounds weird, but it's important to, I think, pay attention to your body and where we are getting acne, the texture, the tones. I think it's all your body trying to tell you something. I can tell when my acne is right here, it's hormonal, and maybe I just have to wait for my period to be over, or if I'm breaking out around my mouth, I know I'm having too much bad food, or if I break out sometimes around my hairline, I know I'm not taking my makeup off as good as I should. For example, I get sometimes like redness around my mouth or dryness, and I've found that it does depend on my climate a lot. So just reading your skin overall and trying to read into what your body is telling you is also really beneficial. My last and final tip is to have a routine and be consistent with it. Nothing is going to change dramatically overnight, but over time you will see changes. That also applies with any medications you might be on for your skin. You're not going to notice your acne completely disappear overnight, but with a routine such as using a face wash morning and night, moisturizer, a toner is always great. I love Sea Breeze. Sea Breeze I don't recommend for if you currently have chronic acne, but once you do kind of get rid of it and you're still acne prone, it's really great. I love the Mario Badescu drying lotion for any active zits that I do have, or my dermatologist gave me this Resamide acne treatment lotion. You just put it on any zits overnight, helps dry it out. And having a retinol cream is really great for any scarring or anything that can kind of, if you can, maybe get chemical peels or anything that can kind of help shed new skin in a way. Like I've said, everyone is different, and some of those things might really help you a lot in your acne. I hope that this might be able to help that one person, or just help them feel better knowing that there's someone who can relate to you. And just know your worth is so much more than your skin, and you're a beautiful person no matter what. Don't let that make you feel ugly or feel like a terrible person. You're incredible and you're beautiful. Everyone goes through acne, and there's always someone who probably does have it worse than you, but I do completely feel you and relate to you, and I hope that this video is able to help someone. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to give this video a big thumbs up, comment down below. Please do not forget to subscribe because it makes me so happy, and I'll see you guys next time. Mwah.